Today, I'm watching and breaking down the cinematic language of Wuthering Waves Resonator Showcase, Phrolova. Sunsets will be no more. If you enjoy our time together, make sure to check out my entire playlist of Wuthering Waves cinematic breakdowns. Alright, let's check out Phrolova.
After a meteor strike devastated the town in a matter of seconds.
Whoa.
Wow, you're looking lovely today. Think so. I've been preparing for this concert.
It's almost overwhelming. The discordant.
I'm so sorry.
That's
madam.
an amazing
Please,
character
forgive my
introduction.
clumsiness.
Oh, wow. That was a beautiful character introduction. So we have this, it's almost discordant. Diegetic sound. And what I assume is diegetic music, which means it's sound and music that's happening in the world of the characters that they're hearing rather than a soundtrack. So we have the TV playing, we have conversations happening, and the TV is distorted. Listen to this. Is it a meteor
strike devastated the town in a matter of seconds?
Meteor strike devastated the town in a matter of seconds? Everybody's just going about their day. It's kind of odd. Something feels very off here, and it's distorted. And we have the conversations happening over it.
Wow, you're looking lovely today. Think so.
And the people are just like, perfect day. I feel great. I feel lovely. Meteor strike devastates the town. Like, what?
For this concert since last month.
Looking forward to this concert, and it sounds like concert music. There's like a lot of weird kind of trance happening here, but this right here is a great character intro. Let's watch. We have leading the camera with the glass, and then she catches the glass out of frame. Definitely, it's chaos, and she's almost like this calmness in the chaos of the voice and the discordant TV, meteor showers, and she just calmly catches it. Before we see her face, before we see who she is, we see her action. It's a good way to introduce a character.
I'm so sorry, madam. Please, forgive my clumsiness.
And you hear it is diegetic. It's this kind of distorted sound. You can hear it echoing in the room.
Whether you're visiting for the first time or here for a reunion.
Also, Ouroboros. Hold on. One second.
After a meteor strike devastated the town in a matter of seconds.
Okay. So let's continue. Wow. Amazing intro. It's like they're all being drawn into this music.
Tonight, we embark
And
together
it was
on an
diegetic.
extraordinary journey to experience the climax.
I love it. It's like she's being drawn in. It's such an interesting character, and they rarely show her face. It's like she's just kind of marching in, and everybody's kind of doing their own thing and kind of blissfully happy, and she just has this like kind of death march every step she takes, being drawn into this orchestra. Like she has to go. It's weird, like it's faded. And look at the image on her. It's it looks like the red spider lily, right? Which we see in Demon Slayer. You've seen the Demon Slayer, so it represents death and rebirth. This is a red spider lily on her shirt. Very interesting motifs here. I really like it. And now we're in the concert, which is cool because this music, like I said, it was kind of echoing in the past, and it had that kind of lived in feeling with that echoing as if it's in the world of the characters, which it is. And it's cool because it's kind of this underbelly of the whole scene. The music is drawing them in this march, and there's like a spotlight on her. Again, very interesting here with the lighting, right? Really interesting choice. She comes in, and then finally,
to experience
the music is not kind of distant, and it's not far away. Now we're here. So it's like, what is gonna happen? And even the motif on her dress mimics the sort of pieces of this red spider lily flower. Representing death and rebirth. So very interesting. Nicely animated here. Again, withholding the character's face. Hello? And she's conducting it as if it's her controlling it. Oh
no! The 936th time. This is the way the world ends.
Oh no.
Not with a bang, but a whisper.
What is this accent?
Before calamity arrived, none foresaw that their lives would end this way.
How powerful is she? She can freeze time?
Yet humans are but fragile flesh and bone, bound by the fleeting nature of time.
She's taken the stage now.
I merely show them the truth,
As a conductor of fate, maybe?
tearing them from the pointless cycle of life and death.
There's the spider lily! And they're turning into the pedal. Oh no!
Decay to rebirth.
And it became an orchestra. It was chamber music, and now the music is powerful and it's evolving.
They need not tremble before calamity.
And there's more instruments added into it as she conducts with the red spider lily of fate,
The shackles of life.
death, and
They
rebirth.
can step into true eternity.
Wow, and she pulled the proverbial curtain of fate open, represented by the red. Unbelievable. And now she's conducting. Listen to the music. And they became enemies? Oh no, is this the backstory of how these monsters appeared? Oh no. That's horrifying. Even her eyes, the spider lily, isn't it? It's back.
I'm so sorry, madam. Please, forgive my clumsiness.
Ouroboros in ruins after a meteor strike devastated the town in a matter of seconds.
Yep. There it is.
The catastrophe has caused heavy casualties and damage.
I'm coming.
Oh yeah,
Early
there.
estimates put the death toll at over.
It's the girl in the scene who just walked by, dead on the screen. Oh, this is wild. That I had a feeling in the beginning. I'm like, what's going on? Why are they just like blissfully? Yes, wonderful. The town devastated. People died dead everywhere. Like they're just like, yes, you look lovely today. This is awesome. So a couple things in this insane sequence. I almost couldn't pause it. I wanted to just let that play because it was so beautiful. But when she takes the stage,
Shall flesh and bone,
like I said, she's being drawn like it's her fate to go to this place.
bound by the fleeting nature
She
of time.
becomes the conductor. Right before it was chamber music. It was very beautiful, but it didn't have that body. It didn't have that power behind it. And now,
I merely show them the truth.
and she just turns it, and it's the flower motif completely conquers the frame for the rest of the story.
Tearing them from the pointless
And
cycle of life and
The
death.
question is this just a metaphor for their death?
Life and death.
Like the flower petals, but it seems like she's kind of transforming even the meteor itself and their doom. She's somehow putting them into this cycle and perhaps creating monsters from them, which is just terrifying. It's almost like she's taking their preordained death and repurposing it for her own purposes, for her own sort of dark plan. So very villainous vibe, but it is a Resonator showcase. This is something that we can play as Phrolova. So I have so many questions for the lore masters. I think I'm getting a lot from this, though. I like that it's vague enough so I can put this together. And
An illusion to awakening.
I love how she's conducting. You know, like the music becomes her control over
Of
them.
impermanence to liberation.
Impermanence.
They need not tremble before calamity, nor mourn their end.
And it starts to evolve, and there's a revelry in her conducting.
True eternity
And this image, man, of the sort of
from the shackles of life.
released from the shackles of light, and it's like the curtain of reality itself opens up here to this horrible other place, this other reality, and the entire landscape is just this flower, this spider lily, this death spreading everywhere. But it also means afterlife. And what a twisted afterlife for these people. It doesn't seem, it's so interesting. I almost feel like the actual fate of these people was to get destroyed by a meteor, but she's stolen it away from them and stolen their death for some other dark purpose. It's very interesting. And we just have to listen to this violin run right here. I'm sorry. I mean, listen to this. Masterful work. As the camera circles and she's conducting, the violins ramping up. I mean, come on. We have the crescendo and just opens up the revelry in it. And that's the expression. That's the emotion that we get from her. It's not catching the thing. It's not even listening to the music at the concert. It's this kind of conducting. And we pull the camera back out to the full shot, and it's just wow as they rise up to it's like a painting. Incredible gradient of that same red burning up away, and it becomes darkness, and then we have the focal point of contrast. Look at this bright point right here, and of course the light from above, still like a spotlight somehow on this character, draws your eye, and of course the leading lines of their arms rushing up to, I mean, it's classic painting composition. Very, very well done. Okay, time's flow. And you have this symbol on their face, which is very prominent in Wuthering Waves. And I don't know exactly what it means. I know that certain characters like have it on their body, and now these characters do. That's terrifying. And if you haven't seen my videos before, I have never played this game. I'm open to trying it sometime on stream if you guys would be interested in watching, but I have never played it. If you're wondering, like, does he know anything? I don't know anything. I have no idea what's going on. I want to see this shot because what in the world? Yeah, again, this kind of crazed look on their faces. Very, very sad, very interesting. But interestingly enough, it mimics the guy's outfit. Look at the character design. And we have the lapels and the collar of his shirt kind of becoming this twisted being. So it's almost like, you know, I love this shot. I had to pause here. I mean, look at this beautiful shallow depth of field. And we have the petals in the foreground arcing up in this swiping spiral. I mean, you can't make this up. Look at this. I mean, it's a spiral of death, right? As they just said, it spirals around, goes to the focal point, goes to the leading line, right from the stem here down to the character, down to the subject. I mean, come on, we got to see this again. That's got to be one of my favorite shots, if not my favorite shot. The spiral of death happening in the frame as she talks about it. I mean, come on. And I like that shot. We gave it a moment. A lot of these, this is why sometimes the Wuthering Waves ones are good, because they let the scene breathe a little bit. There have been some other scenes where they would sometimes cut that really, really quick. And you got to let the image sit sometimes. You have to let it to digest the composition, to be able to enjoy it. This is also the reason why I prefer not to have subtitles. They are burned into this video. They are cooked into this video as the creator put them. But I'm glad this shot doesn't have them on the screen, because it's so nice to just look at the composition, not let your eye be drawn away in any sense, and to take it in. But anyways, amazing shot. And there's that revelry, man. And it comes back again. The meteors fall. And she's back there. But it's cool because it implies something, right? It's not just a cool aura farming moment where she's catching the thing, though it is very cool, and it is a very good character intro, and it's using action to teach us about her character. But what it tells me is, when we look a step deeper, when we look a layer deeper, the 900th time she's done this, it's reminding me of Phynon in Star Rail, right? The looping life. She's seen this a million times. She knows exactly what's going to happen, so she's going to catch it because she's seen it 900 times. She doesn't even have to look. She can just catch that thing, because he always drops it. That's the cool thing, right? You have to go beyond just aura farming, which she is.
I'm so
and
sorry,
it's like,
madam,
oh
please.
no, she's been here a lot of
For
time.
clumsiness.
Ouroboros in
And again,
ruins
this
after a
is such a cool shot, because you start to build sort of subliminal information here. Not fully subliminal, but you know, she's not the subject of this shot. She's not in focus. We come
Ouroboros
here.
in ruins after a meteor strike devastated
blonde
the town
girl.
in a matter of seconds.
They're all just in a trance.
The catastrophe has caused heavy casualties.
And then we see here, of course, she walks by,
Damage.
and then you see her on the ground. Amazing way to end this, because it starts to answer some questions while creating other ones. And I think it's so awesome in that way. It's just vague enough, and it becomes a really cool short film because of that. And I always view these, some of them are kind of impossible to view as short pieces because they're connected to a gargantuan piece, which is Wuthering Waves, right? It's got endless lore, characters, and gameplay, so much, right? But this one is one of the rarer ones where it functions nicely as a piece, because there's questions asked in the beginning, like a short film, like a short story. What's going on in the TV? What town was devastated? There's the shot of the girl. The exact shot right here. But we don't have all the pieces yet. We don't have all the information yet to really fully answer that question. We jump 3 minutes 19 in, we see her walk by, and we get that shot.
Early estimates put the death
Right?
toll at over.
So it's kind of, in a way, just a really cool think piece in that. Like, whoa. Kind of a
Death is
twist,
near.
if you will.
Death is
And this is the end.
Only in an eternity freed from both life and death can that boundary dissolve.
Okay. So it seems like...
And then sunsets will be no more.
And there's the title, yeah. Sunsets.
Only when we awaken
Whoa.
will true daybreak come.
Oh man, that was really beautiful. That's a really great last shot. So what I love is we have a sort of coda, musically a coda and a coda to this,
Dissolve
which is kind of the denouement, if you will, right, of a
is
piece.
near. Death is far.
So what I like about it
Only in
is
eternity
she's talking
can
about the
that
sunset,
boundary dissolve.
and to me it seems like her plan is kind of to end the cycle of death. She's going to repurpose that. She's going to change death for her own way, in that sick and twisted way. It's like, man, maybe these people would have preferred to die, actually.
And then
But this is really cool because the sun goes down
sunsets will be no more.
and then instantly rises. And it's almost like, I feel like it's sort of a metaphor for her skewed perception of time because she's lived through this 900 times. Like, it's just looping endlessly. I feel like this would be how you would feel. You'd just be completely sort of adrift and not know what's going on. The question of the bandage is the next one I had. But it's interesting because it's like, this is someone who can predict everything that's going to happen because she's lived it. For her to get an injury is very odd. So it tells me from her character, this is probably something that happened, was either intentional, but it's a bandage, which implies it's kind of a fresh wound and is not like a, you know what I mean? It's not like an eye patch, like she has had this for a while and decided to cover up. Very interesting. It tells me this has something to do with maybe a higher force, something she did by choice, a sacrifice of her eye. I don't know, but wow, what an intriguing character.
We awaken.
Yeah. And I love, you know what? I almost wish they didn't show the sunset.
When we awake,
There's just this sort of vague question of like, is that the sunrise that's lighting her now? Because the sun just went down. That's not possible in 3 seconds for the sun to come back up. It's like, is this just her kind of vision of the future that she desires and the kind of mission?
will true daybreak come.
And we can still interpret it as that. And I think I will decide right now to interpret it as that because it's cooler. But you know what I mean? Like it's just, she seems crazy is what I'm saying. She's drunk on her own revelry of controlling fate and everything. So I think it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. And I want to know everybody else's interpretation. I feel like this was a great video. Like I said, some of them don't really function. That's a great shot, by the way. Some of them don't really function as a short film. Like I said, they're more just kind of like almost like a showcase. It's called that. Hello. Of course they function like a showcase. Of course they do. But you know what I mean? Like it's almost just like this little snippet. This has this circular feeling to it, this circular function, if you will. Therefore, it kind of serves that purpose in a deeper way. And some of them have more of this and some of them have less. Not to say one is better or worse because, you know, they're made for very specific means. But this one appealed to me in that way. And I hope you guys were able to interpret it because of that design as well. So I want to hear everybody's thoughts on it. I want to hear if you agree with me. And I want to hear, of course, if there's lore that I don't know that is going to color your understanding. Like, for example, her eye. There's nothing I can figure out about her eye in this, as far as I can tell. If that's something that can inform me more, please go ahead and tell me. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you want to have more conversations like that. I love going over these. I love art analysis. That's why I made this channel. I could constantly yap about it, as you can see, and I have a very good time doing it. And when it's something that's well made like this, I can actually yap with meaning, if you will. You know, there's some good kernels we can uncover here. There's some really good secrets of filmmaking that they leave in here for us to kind of unpack and uncover. So anyways, I really enjoyed it. Let me know your favorite shot. This is probably mine. The idea of the spiral being created visually as she's talking about the metaphor and the physicality of it, I think is so fun. So anyways, you guys are the best. Hop in Discord if you want to chat, hop on Twitch, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right, thank you.